Welcome back. I'm so excited to be joined by Kyle MacLachlan. You know him from Dune, Twin Peaks, Portlandia, and so much more. Now he's in High Flying Bird on Netflix. Good morning.
Hey, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Thanks.
So this is a Steven Soderbergh movie.
Yeah.
And he shot it on his iPhone.
He sure did.
When you heard that, were you like a little worried? Were you like, oh, things are rough. He doesn't have the money. What's going on?
No, I knew that something that he'd been doing and experimenting with from previous films that he did. So I was up for the challenge to see just kind of what that meant, and we had a lot of fun.
Did you do anything differently because of that? Because of the way it was filmed?
No, not much. You know, the preparation is the same. The process is radically different because it's incredibly quick, as you can imagine. And he keeps a very quiet set anyway, so it's a skeleton crew. There's just a few people around. You almost don't feel like you're working.
Oh, wow.
So there's a reality to it that is just intrinsic with that kind of structure. So
not incredibly invasive. The movie is about the NBA, and it's going through a lockout and basically trying to change the game in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, certainly speculating about what would happen if this thing, which people will see when they watch the film, were to become a reality, you know, which would mean basically more control for the players and more ownership for the players.
For the players.
Yeah, and what would that mean? And are we in a place right now, place and time within our culture with social media where something like this might be able to happen?
Those kind of power dynamics could shift. If you could change the game in Hollywood in kind of almost a similar way, what would that look like to you?
Oh, the game in Hollywood, that's a complex question. I think I do what I'm doing now, which is live in New York.
Wow, well said.
Completely changed the game for me.
Very, very good. Listen, are you a fan of basketball? Are you a fan?
Yeah, you know, I hate to say this, but I'm really a golf fan. That's kind of my thing, and the NFL. So I watch football and I watch golf.
All right.
Which is nice because it sort of, you know, brackets both areas. But I do enjoy the basketball, particularly as we get closer to the finals, you know.
Did you have any kind of, like, how did you prepare for the role and be not as familiar with the NBA as you are with football and golf?
Well, you know, I actually borrowed a little bit from football, so I knew the late Paul Allen a little bit, and obviously owned the Trailblazers, and I spent a little bit of time with him, and just not specifically for this role, but I have spent time with him, and I just kind of watched how he operated in the world as a very successful, very capable businessman, and I thought, okay, that's kind of what I think Terrell, our writer, was giving to this particular character. It was it was a softer approach and sort of like a, you know, there's not much emotion in it, you know, it's a business, and so that was how I approached the character.
I think absolutely kind of that business, but also like with that confidence.
Oh yeah, tremendous confidence. These guys deal with so much money.
Right.
I just can't imagine the billions of dollars that these guys work with every day. So there's a sense of you're so comfortable with those kind of numbers.
Yeah, just and getting it and losing it. Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. With you. I want to switch gears a little bit here, though. You recently tweeted, "Here's some winter wear inspiration for anyone trying to figure out how to dress this season." There it is. Hashtag Dune. So what do you think about listen, I love Dune. I love it so much.
Yeah, thanks.
What do you think about the remake? What do you think about that idea?
See what happens. You know, he's getting together a great cast, obviously really talented people. It's a challenging piece of material to try to bring to the screen. And so I wish him luck with that. I mean, if anyone can do it, he'll do a great job. So he's a terrific filmmaker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but like you said, there's just so much in those books.
Yeah, it's really, you know, the book, and I'm kind of a nerd about the book. I read it when I was 15 for the first time. I read it like every year. I really know the book very well. There are 3 sections. You could break that into 3 movies and still have a lot left over.
Yeah, so, easily. Yeah. I agree. All right, listen, Paul Atreides, Timothy Chalamet is going to play him.
Yeah, he's going to be
great. Could you just, like, real quick, right to camera, do you have any advice for him in playing Paul?
Oh, go easy on the spice. That's many people will not get that. But
I got it.
Okay, good.
Really
that was kind of for you.
I really appreciate it. Listen, yesterday you tweeted out this photo and told people to celebrate Wine Wednesday with a glass of your wine pursued by beer. Bear, sorry.
Could be beer. It takes a lot of beer to make wine, but it's a wine. That's a
Pursued by bear. How did you get into winemaking?
You know, I grew up in Eastern Washington, and this is where this wine is made. And there's a huge wine business up there that's just going great guns. Okay. And I wanted to be involved with that. I love wine. I wanted to make something, and it's a hobby that's turned into kind of a small business now. So.
Okay. Yeah. Do you always bring wine Like when you go to visit, like
I
your
try
celeb
to.
buddies?
Yeah, I try to. I try to, and I try to turn them on to good wine, and it's a very small production, but it's very good and got really nice numbers. So
All right,
it's
all
good.
right.
Yeah.
If you had to choose though, coffee or wine, rest of your life, you can only drink one. What are you
What's
going
that
with?
great thing they say? I drink coffee until it's time to drink wine. I kind of fall into that category. I don't know if you're the same, but it's like, what time is it? Oh yeah, okay.
I absolutely fall into that.
Okay,
That
all
said,
right.
I feel like that makes us kind of wine moms. Do you have like
Yeah.
other wine mom inspiration quotes? You
Oh
like?
well, that's the only one that leaps to mind.
I
don't know.
drink coffee until it's time to drink wine.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. Well, it also takes a lot of beer to make wine, and that is true.
That is
When you work
absolutely-
on-
that is
with
absolutely
being a
true.
cellar rat and all that. So
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. All right, well, listen, we also have, obviously, a huge Twin Peaks fandom here at BuzzFeed.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's actually a Slack. Like, there's a chat room in which people just talk about Twin Peaks throughout the day. I went into that chat room and asked them for all the questions they'd ask you.
Okay.
So if you're ready,
went down the rabbit hole. All
we're
right.
going to do a very rapid-fire Twin Peaks question round. It's going to be a minute. We're going to see how many of these questions we can get through. You feel good?
Okay, yeah, good.
All right. Can we get the clock? Can we get the clock going?
Here we go.
All right, here we go. The reboot ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. Is there a chance we'll see any more Twin Peaks in the future?
Never say never.
Never say never. How do you take your coffee?
Black as midnight on a moonless night.
Oh my God, chills. All right.
And
Black is it is
Okay.
truly black. No lies there.
verified.
No
Verified. Here.
What other show from the Twin Peaks era would you like to see come back?
Ooh, when it already did. A Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
And it was absolutely wonderful.
And the Wild Wild West, but that was really before Twin Peaks.
that was when I was really. That was a little bit earlier. Is Laura Agent Cooper's mom?
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is there any truth to the theory that Cooper's hair suggests he changes history to save Laura?
What do you think, people?
What? All right. What did Laura whisper to Coop?
Oh, can I get another cup of coffee?
Did
I have no idea about that one.
Okay, what is Coop feeling when
Oh,
the...
what?
No, forget the rules. Forget the rules.
it.
What is Coop
This
feeling...
is your show. You can do
That's
whatever
right.
you
I
want.
can stretch it forever. You'll be stuck. No. What is Coop feeling when the person we believe to be Laura Palmer screams at the end of the series?
Ooh, wow. Well, I tell you, to be truthful, the hair on the back of my neck went right up when she did that. Really got me. Yeah. You know, we shot, to diverge a little bit, we shot that very near the beginning of filming. So that was within the first few weeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it hadn't gone on the journey yet, really, to know what was happening. But David, of course, David Lynch had in his mind exactly how he wanted that to be played. And so when it happened, I was just reacting to that terror, you know.
And it did. It made
it did. Yeah, and the realization, I'm even getting it now, that realization that all is not right, you know, and that's about as far as a definition
That's
that I got.
also very, very true. I'm going to ask you one last question,
Okay.
not Twin Peaks related at all right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you more of a Charlotte, a Miranda, a Carrie, or a Samantha?
Which am I? Yeah, probably more of a Charlotte, I guess, I would say.
All right.
Yeah, they put us together. That was the right combination.
All right. I absolutely love it. Well, Kyle, thank you so much. You've been an absolute delight.
Thank
I
you for
truly
having
appreciate you joining us. High Flying Bird premieres on Netflix tomorrow. And up next, we're talking about someone who is also a wonderful person to follow on Instagram, Lizzo.